Hey y'all, what's up? It's Jamie. Let's go ahead and have us a talk, okay? We got to have us a talk. And today I want to talk about this 11-year-old girl out there in Florida, honey. Now, Carly, see what you done did. You see what you done did, girl. Child, you got the people down there in Florida. I do believe that it's Orlando running a motherfucking muck, okay? Because this 11-year-old girl decided that she was going to call the cops and report a false kidnapping on one of her little friends. Now she done got tied to hell up, and she over there somewhere in a juvenile facility trying to follow behind Miss Carly. But that's just my personal opinion. That's my personal, okay? The little girl told the police a little something different, and we are gonna go ahead and get into a news story because y'all know that's one thing I like to do. Because pulling up news stories also confirm the facts based on it being reported, okay, from a reputable outlet. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what these people had to say here, honey. So make my screen a little bigger so y'all can really see some things. 11-year-old girl arrested over a false report of kidnapped friend in online challenge gone wrong. The girl has been charged with a felony and misdemeanor, and she is now in custody. Ma'am, a felony on an 11-year-old? Girl, you have a felony at 11 years old? All because you trying to play. And let me tell you something. They did already gave this little girl a felony and a misdemeanor and decided up there and arrested her. We waiting on you next, Carly. Okay? We're waiting on you next. All right? Now the people was expecting you to have been clanked earlier this week, but you better be glad something came up. Okay. So we wondering if it's gonna go down on today or if it's gonna go down on early next week. But the people is still waiting. But anywho, let's get into this 11-year-old that then got herself a misdemeanor and a felony at the young tender age. Well, I don't want to say tender, honey, but the young age of 11. All right. So let's go ahead and get into that. Now, they're saying an 11-year-old girl has been arrested and charged with a felony after falsely reporting that her friend had been kidnapped when she was inspired by an online challenge. First of all, I haven't seen no online challenges. I have not seen no online challenges. So the only, because at first it was being reported that it was a YouTube challenge. No, ma'am. Okay. Absolutely not. It's going to be more of a TikTok challenge before it's a YouTube challenge, in all honesty. And I just feel like Carly's story went so viral that this little girl caught wind of it and likely decided to mimic the very same thing. That's just what I'm thinking. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think this challenge really came from no YouTube. I really feel like that's what she said. She said it was a challenge and she really just wanted to go out there and do some shit. But anywho, let's keep going. All right. Thinking it would be funny, according to the sheriff's office in Florida, located almost about 60 miles northeast of Orlando. All right. The 11-year-old girl sent a text to a dispatcher at the sheriff's communication center at 9:45 a.m., informing them that her 14-year-old friend had been kidnapped by an armed male driving a white van on South I-95 in Oak Hill. Girl, y'all love trying to put stuff on the interstate, don't it? Girl, interstate be over here like, girl, my name Bennett, I ain't in it, bitch. Okay, y'all love trying to put stuff on interstate 4. What was it, 495, I-95? Like, girl, y'all stay trying to put it on us, honey. We be over here just trying to get the cars to their destination. But y'all be trying to have us tied the fuck in whatever kidnapping y'all got going on. She also said that she was following in a blue Jeep. So your 11-year-old says you was following your 14-year-old friend in a blue Jeep. Is that what that is? No, ma'am. The alert prompted multiple deputies, along with Edgewater, New Smyrna Beach, and Port Orange police, as well as a particular aviation unit called Air One, to search for the suspect vehicle, but no van was found during the massive search. First of all, girl, they really hopped on it, didn't it? They really hopped on it and they had a better chance of, I guess, figuring things out sooner versus later because they had daylight on their side. Whereas when they were searching for Carly, they really didn't have daylight. All right. It was dark for many hours before they could really get out there and do the search that they needed to do to confirm that it was all a lie. It was all a lie. She lied. Let's keep going. So they're saying for the next hour and a half, the girl texted updates, including a description of the male suspect and that he had a gun. Child. Now, ultimately, deputies were directed to a home in Port Orange by investigative means, tracking the cell phone used to text 911. It was 10:23 a.m. when deputies arrived at the home on Poppy Lane in Port Orange and contacted the 11-year-old girl's father, who informed the authorities that she was currently inside the home with her family. Girl, I cannot. Not you over there got the police on a wild goose chase, and you got the audacity to make the police believe that you on a goose chase with their ass too. Whoop her butt, whoop her butt. You over there talking about some you trailing behind them in a car whole time your little young ass at the house. Girl, these kids today. Let's keep going. All right. They said as deputies approached the girl, she was holding her cell phone, which was ringing as she walked out to meet the deputies. When answered, the sheriff's dispatch was on the line, and deputies verified that they were on scene. The girl reportedly told deputies she got the idea to prank 911 through a challenge she watched online and thought it would be funny. Well, girl, it ain't funny no more. When you go into that juvenile center, them people gonna be over there laughing at you like you big dummy. All right. However, all right, Sheriff Mike Chitwood wasn't amused. This kind of prank activity is dangerous. We're going to investigate every incident, but today it wasted valuable resources that might have helped someone who legitimately needed our help. The 11-year-old has been charged with making a false report concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner, a felony, and misuse of 911, a misdemeanor. Cha, a false report concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner, that is a felony? A false report? Let me say that again. Concerning the use of a firearm in a violent manner is a felony, honey. And the misuse of a 911 call is a misdemeanor. Your girl, you young, so you're under 18. The good thing for you is once they sentence you or do whatever they're gonna do with your little young butt, you can likely get this get your record expunged. Okay. All of this stuff that happens before you 18, I believe that you can get it expunged. Okay. So good for you on that case, but bad for you because now all of this debt on top of what your parents have to deal with when it comes to inflation it's gonna fall on them because they're gonna be the ones that's gonna have to pay for your is to pay these fines off and stuff and the misuse of resources. It's gonna fall back on your parents, little girl. Okay. They already got enough problems to sit over there and deal with over here in America. And you want to sit up there and play. Let me tell you something. I'll be over there trying to see what kind of work permit I could get for your young ass. Because if you think I'm gonna sit up here and pay all this money, you got another thing coming. You finna know what it feels like to get your start here and work and barely make anything from it. Because you're too busy having to pay on the bill. You're gonna learn real early. So do what you need to do. Go ahead. Let me see. As soon as you turn 12, they say work permit. Let me find a little job, a little hustle you could do and you get your it's out here and working, you take all that money down to the police station and pay these folks because you want to sit up there and be a fool. I'm not gonna be a fool with you. Understand? Okay, you made this bed and you for to learn real early what it's like to lay in that motherfucker. Do you understand me, little girl? Because I would have wore you out. You want a big girl, I would have wore you out. You hear me? But let's keep going. And the fact, let me go back because I'm about to get on your parents just for a little bit. Okay, because the fact that you could pick up this 911 call, I think you can pick up this phone and just make a call to whoever the hell you want to, for me, says a lot. I don't know why you think that you got it like that you could just pick up my goddamn phone and call 911 a phone that you're not paying for. Hello? Hello? I know you don't think that you could just do that. So it gives that you already know you could run a muck up there in that house, that you could just call the police and just prank on some shit like that. Oh no. What y'all over there teaching her? What kind of parenting y'all got going on? She better not be able to get on that other phone and think she finna sit up there and play with it. But I think she learned a very valuable lesson as she stood there in them damn handcuffs. But let's keep going, honey. All right. So they're saying that she was taken to the Family Resource Center after the incident for processing before being transferred to the Regional Juvenile Detention Center where she currently remains. Can I also say this too, as I'm thinking about it, where they say she was taken to a Family Resource Center? You know what that makes me think about? It makes me think about defects and stuff, and the fact that you would do something like this if you have siblings. In my opinion, I could be wrong, I think that you're putting your siblings in jeopardy too, because if you can do this and just be on some willy-nilly, people are going to look back at your parents, in my opinion, and be like, what kind of parenting y'all got going on that your daughter can just do things like this? And they may have defects, form some type of investigation, whether it's necessary or not, into your family's household to find any discrepancies to likely try and take your siblings up out of there because of some bullshit that you did. You just never know how this may go. So I think it's important to let them know ahead of time at an early age how the decisions they make can ultimately affect the overall family. So they want to be mindful of that. But when you're young, I do understand kids listen, but they don't. They listen, but they don't. And sometimes, depending on the kids and stuff, and the family and everything, the environment, they think that they much growner than what the hell they really are, and they get real out here in these streets. Okay, girl, you're gonna wish you was still a kid again. But anywho, let's go ahead and let's keep going. Let's get into more of the article if there's more. All right. So they said the sheriff took the opportunity to warn parents about just how important it is to closely monitor their children's use of social media and announced that they will be hosting 5 90-minute community forums through the end of August to help parents protect their kids from internet dangers. I think that's really dope that they are doing that, but I also think that this situation should not have been something to spark y'all to get that started. I think that y'all should have been trying to do that for the community and let these people know how to protect their kids from internet dangers, not so much as just, pranks, but also from these predators. Girl, they got pranks and predators out here online, right? So I think that's important. Y'all should have been already had that, but hopefully parents attend. A lot of parents they're not going to show up for that, but hopefully y'all can get some of the people to show up and all of that, for this particular community forum that you guys are going to be hosting for the whole month of August. But in the meantime, in between time, I want to go ahead and switch and get into this news report to see if they tell us anything different. So let's go ahead and pull that up, get that blown up on the screen, and we just go see what they over here talking about.
Developing this morning an urgent reminder for parents to track what their kids are doing on social media. An 11-year-old, if you can believe that, has been put in handcuffs after Volusia County, Florida deputies say she led them on a wild goose chase after reporting, get this, a fake kidnapping. We have Fox 35 Orlando's Randy Hildreth. She is live for us. And Randy, deputies say she told them that she got the idea from a challenge on YouTube. Is that right? Developing this morning an urgent reminder for parents to track what their kids are doing on social media. An 11-year-old, if you can believe that, has been put in handcuffs after Volusia County, Florida deputies say she led them on a wild goose chase after reporting, get this, a fake kidnapping. We have Fox 35 Orlando's Randy Hildreth. She is live for us. And Randy, deputies say she told them that she got the idea from a challenge on YouTube. Is that right?
Yeah, and they did not and do not find this funny. This morning, she's waking up here at the Volusia County Juvenile Detention Center. As you mentioned, she was handcuffed, brought here because of this whole situation. The deputies worked up and down I-95 yesterday trying to find what they believed was a kidnapping victim. That they got an alert about someone who had been kidnapped. They even put the chopper up to try to find this person. Turns out there was no person after all. And as you mentioned, they said that the young girl said that she was inspired, if you will, to do this based on a challenge on YouTube. Uh, Deputies were able to ping the cell phone of that young girl based on the 911 alerts that had come in, tracked that to that home where she lives, and found her there. And once they started talking to her and the family, they found that this lie started to unravel.
Telling you this right now, you're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
Hopefully your little friends and other parents would be like, oh my God, this isn't funny.
Now, the sheriff here, Mike Chitwood, again, taking this very seriously, so much so that he is setting up a series of community meetings. try to put this on the radar of students, of parents, not to do anything like this. He says in the last week, in fact, they have had 3 other swatting calls where someone makes a call and claims that something has happened, and deputies respond and they realize that is not the case. So
Oh,
they will start
wow.
meeting with community members on Monday to go over what this means when people make calls like this and there is not a true emergency. Reporting this morning, Randy Holdreth, Fox 35 News.
Girl, that is over there crazy. Girl, not y'all over there running amok in the community, just calling the police with these false reports. I wonder on a regular how many calls do the police get that are false and fake as hell? Is what I'm wondering. Okay. Girl, this is some foolishness here if I have ever seen it. But listen, I just wanted to come to y'all real quick. Ooh, let y'all know what's really going on out here and how this little young lady decided to try and pull her a piece of a Carly Russell and then got herself locked up quicker than Carly Russell didn't have her ass locked up. Okay. Girl, you committed the crime that day and they snatched your ass up on that day. Carly Russell committed her crime, was able to be out on vacay for about 2 days, return, keep her lie up for a whole fucking week with her family. Hello? Only to turn around and give us a statement. Still ain't talked to the police and has yet to be arrested and charged. Child, I can't take it. But anywho, that's all that I have for this time. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below regarding this crazy story. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.